Welcome, people, and I suppose this live stream thing always keeps throwing me off because my dumb intro won't go there. But it is what it is. I don't really care. Like it's been long because I was meant to start this like 41 minutes ago. But we are here regardless. Welcome to the Outbounds YouTube channel. I am with YB300. Wait, hold on. Is that your Twitter name?
Nah, that's my instant name, mate.
Oh, listen, I was thinking it used to be the one, but yeah, I'm here with
Dumbass.
what's it called? Alleged diehard Arsenal fan. Dexter, what are you saying?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
here today. Am I good? I might be good. I might not be good.
yeah. Um, just before we get into the video, quick question: can you name Ajax starting 11?
You idiot.
I'm coming.
Bro, we ain't do this. We ain't doing this here, mate. Why do I need to do that?
I don't know. I just wanted to know if you can name the starting
Dumbass,
11.
bro.
But
I ain't got nothing to prove to you. I keep telling you.
yeah, for the people that are watching or about to watching, he's Dutch as well, and he grew up in Amsterdam. So he started glory hunting Henry and them man when he came to England.
Right, ain't even like that. Ain't like that, man.
All right, so let's talk about Arsenal because obviously I had you on the channel back in January or February time, and we discussed. You were talking about
Yeah.
how you didn't feel Arsenal did enough in the transfer window, and you thought all this stuff was gonna bite back. Since then, like obviously you guys signed. I think your two big signings were Trossard and Jorginho, if I'm correct. Was there anybody
Yep.
else? Oh, there must.
Kiwi, or everything.
Yeah, but
Kiwi.
nobody
Yeah.
cares about him. Yeah, so it was Jorginho. Have you been impressed with what you've seen from both players?
Okay, so in February, I believe it was February because
Yeah,
that month was horrible. I'm not gonna lie, but um, not I wouldn't say I was impressed with that Kirio guy. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
yeah,
I remember can't remember exactly what team we played, but it was a Europa League fixture. It was a bit questionable, and even his little cameo in that Liverpool game as well wasn't too impressed. Um, Trossard, you tried to say that I had a problem with that Trossard signing, which I didn't. But Trossard, he's impressed. We know what he can do. He's done it at Brighton. He's come to Arsenal, provided similar things, and
yeah,
he's been good for us since he's been here. Jorginho, again, he's more to me as I said. Like for me, I feel as if someone like Onana, someone who's a bit more dynamic. I wanted someone who can come and maybe, let's say, for example, if Partey needed to come off, someone who can replace a Partey. But we got Jorginho. Um, have I been impressed with Jorginho? He's been okay, I would say. Obviously, he scored that important sort of last minute goal where he hit the crossbar and hit the keeper. He's been okay, I would say. So
yeah.
yeah, the person that I'm most impressed with is Trossard.
And I remember we were talking about because I remember you said that it was if you got Jao Felix, you would have been satisfied to win. And obviously, you guys were in for Mudryk as well.
Yeah.
Do you think, seeing what you've seen from them at Chelsea, one, do you think they would have done anything different if they're Arsenal? And two, do you think, seeing what you've seen from them, they would have made much of a difference to your fortunes at the moment?
The thing is, yeah. So I feel so. For example, Mudryk, and I don't know if I'm the only Arsenal. Maybe I might be the only Arsenal fan that will say this. I feel as if he came to Arsenal, he would be performing better, in my opinion. Now,
Yeah,
with the whole Chelsea situation, obviously Chelsea got a whole lot of players in different positions. You're still trying to figure out chemistry, all of that kind of stuff. And Chelsea, as a whole, haven't really had a great season. So
yeah,
imagine being a new player coming into that kind of environment. It's not really going to be easy. So, in as much as Mudryk chose Chelsea over us, and people are being salty about it, the performance, like I wouldn't call him a fraud yet, if that
yeah.
makes sense, because I feel as if there's still like a good player in him. It's just that the players around him, like no one is performing well. You know, he's been singled out because of his price tag, and also he's been singled out by us, by Arsenal fans, isn't it?
yeah,
Because people are happy to see him not performing well. So I feel as if it would have been different if he came to us. Now with Joao Felix, again, I don't know. I'm gonna ask you the question. As a Chelsea fan, yeah, what did you expect him to bring when he came in?
from Joao Felix.
Yeah.
Um, I won't like. I think I made a TikTok about it, and I said that in terms of ability, like Joao Felix
Mm.
always had ability, but I think the issue with him was, especially in this Chelsea team, or especially in this modern day of football, is like counting numbers with the goals and assists in
Yeah.
football, and obviously we've not been able to replace a player like Hazard since
Mm.
we saw them. Obviously, you saw postseason Pulisic, and everybody thought like, yes, we've got it, but it hasn't been that yet. And I do think, obviously, first couple games for Chelsea, and when he first started, I was like, 100% give this guy the deal, splash the cash and all that kind of stuff. And I still feel that way. I still feel somewhat that way in terms of like the guy's talent is undeniable. Like I see some of the close touches he does. He's one of the few
Mm.
players on our team that always wants to progress the ball. He's never scared. Um, Obviously his finishing is off, but he's only like 23, I think. Which he
Yeah,
still
I
has
think he's
the
at
chance to
23.
improve. I think he can still improve his finishing to a point where he can be a decent. He will never be a reliable goal scorer. I think finishing is something you have the instincts or you don't. It's rare that you see people burst onto the scene. My only issue with him is because he's not the finished product, splashing 80 million are not the finished product in a team, whereas we're still getting Nkuku in, you still got Mudrick, you still got none, and these are players that I'm saying that would be staying. So you've got Mudrick, Noni, because we signed him, you've still got Sterling, we signed him for
Mm.
50 million. I don't know if we're gonna get rid of him. You got still got Havertz, who will take one of the front three. Mason Mount, I don't know if he takes one of the front three, and then Nkuku still coming in. So it's like you already have all these players here. You haven't
All
so
these exactly,
obviously
yeah.
Pulisic will probably be going, Aubameyang is going, Ziyech is going, but at the same time you still got five players, and you still got all these players that still want starting minutes. Like Gallagher plays there, and especially when it looks like with the group of players we have, a back three might be the most suitable style for them. There's only so
Mm.
many positions you can have for so many players. So as I said, it's not about his talent. Um, Thiago Silva said it best in terms of like you spend a lot of money, you've had to make the change room bigger because of the size of the squad and all that kind of stuff. So it's just been a bit disorganized at Chelsea. So at Arsenal is a thing whereas in yeah he could probably do better there, but as I say, Arsenal play like what three across the front, and even if you
Mm.
play the number 10 or you class Odegaard as playing the number 10, Odegaard your captain, he's still going to be benched, especially this season he has. So it's now across the front three. You won't drop Jesus. I'm not sure you're dropping Jesus for Felix. Saka's definitely not getting dropped because he's the marquee. He's seen as the
Yeah,
marquee player,
he's the
star,
guy.
and that kind of stuff. And then you've got Martinelli, who is coming into his own a bit. So would Felix want to come to an Arsenal side to be backup for anybody, especially after you got those front three? Then you still. I won't kind of catch him because I'll say he's probably ahead of Nketiah in the pecking order
Of
if he was
course.
at Arsenal. But
That's
then
what I'm saying.
it's like,
Come on, man.
was he ahead of Trossard? At the like when seeing
Mm.
Trossard can trust him a bit. So now he's the fifth option for three positions. Will he be satisfied for that kind of role?
I
But then
think for
again,
me, it was more
if you got
so,
Felix,
yeah, yeah,
the last thing, if you got Felix, you probably wouldn't have got Trossard in the first place. But now Trossard is
that's
there, would
true.
you still take like Jao Felix, knowing that he probably wants to go to a place where he's starting week in, week out?
The thing is, obviously, that's hindsight speaking, so I can't say who I would have taken. Actually, as I said, I wanted Felix in it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I was thinking more so on the lines on the fact that Jesus was injured, you know. And
yeah,
to me, as I've said, I don't know if I said it in February, but I say it off camera a lot. Eddie Nketiah, don't get me wrong, I always say I like him. Like I like the player,
yeah.
but he's not someone I want to rely on, if that makes sense. That even I don't know. I don't feel as if Eddie Nketiah is the man you should be relying on. That's just my take in it. Like even last year, for example, where we were top four and then we ended up bottling it. You know, we needed goals. You know, Eddie
Yeah,
Nketiah, obviously he had his sort of games where he was bagging goals and whatnot, and then he kind of faded. You know, you
yeah,
need someone who's a bit more sort of consistent. You know, so that's why with Eddie Nketiah, it's always for me, it's in the middle 50-50 with him. You know, he can come and do a job, but can he come and do a job consistently is the issue.
yeah.
You know, so
So,
when I was talking about Felix, that's more where I was thinking.
yeah. So just a quick question now is because Balogun is on loan, if I'm correct, and
Yeah.
he'll be coming back to Arsenal.
Mm.
Would you get rid of Nketiah to keep Balogun at the club?
Now, I'm not gonna pretend like I've been watching Balogun this season. Like, obviously, I know what he's doing. I know he's scoring. I know he's playing well. But it's one thing knowing, like, let's say, for example, going on Twitter and seeing that, oh, Balogun bagged, he bagged this
Yeah,
amount of goals. Like, it's one thing seeing stats and then actually analyzing football for yourself.
yeah,
So I would give, like, I've been saying it for time, even before Balogun went on loan, like, and it was Nketiah there. I was saying, why are we not giving Balogun that chance that Nketiah is getting? Because we know what we're getting from Nketiah. Nketiah's been at the club for time. He's had his chances. We know that, look, he's a good player. However, is he the guy that is like, is he going to be solidified? We
yeah.
know the answer. I know the answer to that at least,
So you don't think Nketiah is a good enough backup, basically?
No, no. Like,
Yeah,
as I said, I like him in it, but it comes a
yeah,
time where you've given someone chances. It's time for that new person to get their shine as well. That's so with Balogun before he went on loan. That's what I was thinking. Should we keep? You said should we keep Balogun and sell Nketiah? Is that what you're asking me?
yeah. Because really and truly, you can't keep both, can you? Like,
Can't keep both.
yeah, like both won't be happy.
It's
Like,
a very hard question because Balogun is what he's in. What's it called?
it's a
Can't remember the team.
little,
Yeah,
yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? So he's in the French league.
yeah,
That French league. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a bit.
yeah, yeah,
Again, I don't like to talk bad on other leagues because I believe that there are gems in every league. So I don't like talking down. Mate, Eden Hazard, your goat, came from that league. Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I don't like talking down on the league, but at the same time, it's not the same intensity as Eddie Nketiah has been exposed to, which is the Premier League. And obviously,
yeah,
Nketiah also had his spell at Leeds. I feel as if Nketiah went through like, to me, a tougher grind, if that makes sense.
yeah. I mean, at the end of
I
the
don't know
day,
if I can answer
you're
that
baller.
question.
At the end of the day, you're baller. You can do it, and obviously, I know
Yeah.
people talk that on different leagues, and some of it is justified. But at the same
Mhm.
time, just because it's not the Premier League, it doesn't mean that you have to do in the Premier League to show you're a good player.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's true.
I know that kind of stuff. So speaking of Arsenal, back to Arsenal in terms of in general, you guys were
Mhm.
2-0 up, 2-0 up against Liverpool. It ended 2-2. You're then the same against West Ham. As you can see, my background, Saka there goes on and he bottles the pen to make it 3-1. It becomes
Brother.
2-2. Do you think Arsenal are now feeling the pressure of being in the title race?
Oh, brother. Do you feel the pressure? Mate, I feel the pressure. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, like, what was I doing? Obviously, was it last week? I wasn't home in it. I was spending time with family.
Yeah.
So I was watching that game. We scored one. I think Martinelli scored the first goal. I was like,
Odegaard.
okay, we got. Was it Odegaard?
No,
I
it's
think
Jesus. Jesus. Jesus scored the first
nah,
goal.
nah. I feel as if it was Martinelli
No, hey, I remember
because it
he
was in.
the first goal. The ball went across. The Martinelli did a cross where
Nah, you
Odegaard
need to
scored.
double check. I can't remember who
No,
scored.
wait, I'm 100% sure.
Oh
It
yeah.
was
Do you know
Jesus
what it is?
and
Yeah,
Odegaard.
you know when you're in the moment, sometimes you forget who scored the goal. You're just
Yeah,
celebrating. So obviously we scored, and I was like, okay, cool. We got the goal against Liverpool. Like, we've got the like psychological, obviously also on pitch advantage. So I was like,
yeah,
cool. We're doing something. We're playing well. And then we get the second goal, and it's like now you're getting gassed in it. But obviously, the famous saying of the 2-0 lead is a very dangerous lead.
yeah,
That comes to sort of fruition. I didn't think that I don't know how to feel about that game. So obviously we go 2-0 up. I feel as if we had a chance with Martinelli, I think at the very beginning, where Martinelli sort of brought the ball into the box. Wait 2 seconds. Martinelli brought the ball into the box.
Yeah.
And then obviously he didn't score from that. Now after that, we scored a one goal and then the 2 goals. And then I don't know, that I feel as if that Shaka moment really kind of, again, people are gonna say something about it.
Wait, hold on. Are you talking about the
That's
Liverpool game?
Yeah, the Liverpool
I
game.
was
I
talking
thought
about the
that's what
West
you're
Ham
asking me.
one. No, I said
Bro,
West Ham and Liverpool.
listen, I'm going through the moment. Do you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah.
Give
Continue.
me 2 seconds. Hold on. I'm going through the moment. Yeah. So, okay, let me speed. What I'm saying. Let me speed it up. Okay,
Yeah.
we
I
go
continue.
we go through the Liverpool game. We kind of lose our heads. In my opinion, that Shaka moment was us losing our heads. Now, a lot of people will say you can't blame Shaka about it. But give me 2 seconds. I need to do something. Give me 2 seconds. I'm very sorry.
Meanwhile, I will entertain the guys. In terms of Arsenal feeling the pressure, in my eyes, I think there's a lot of it to do with. I think there's some to do with Arteta as well, in terms of because he hasn't been in this situation before, and obviously you see with fans in terms of Arsenal haven't won the league since Henry days in 2004. 2004 before Chelsea came to win it back to back, and you can see with the whole Liverpool game, whereas in he made the mistake. I wouldn't call it a mistake. He took Jesus off when you can argue Jesus was the one that was holding the ball up for them. And then the same thing happened in the West Ham game, whereas in Jesus was playing really well, and the same thing happened. So I do think Arteta has shown his inexperience a bit. And as I said, it's one of those things whereas in Arsenal go 2-0 up to begin with against West Ham, and then you're trying to protect the lead because you don't want to mess up and you come a bit timid, and then West Ham go and score, and then they start piling up the pressure and all that kind of stuff. So, in my eyes, anyways, until Dexter comes back and he tells what he fully thinks, I do think the pressure's getting to them a bit, especially with the way City are playing. And I've said all season, I do think Arsenal have been the favourites for a long time, but for the first time in a long time, I feel like the title race is now 50-50, and next Wednesday could be huge.
Am I? Can you hear me?
Yeah, they're still here with us.
I'm very sorry. Anyway, where was I? I was speaking about Liverpool. Am I allowed to speak about Liverpool? Or should it just be West Ham?
No, I was talking about in terms of like obviously because you guys have gone 2-0, then 2-0 again, and you've bottled both leads. So do you feel like there's pressure being like
Well,
you're
I can only speak for myself. So as a fan, obviously there's going to be pressure. Now, what you're going to be hoping is that the players are not feeding into that, that side of that side of things. They're focusing on
yeah,
what's happening on the pitch. Because to me, I'm not gonna lie, even though I feel the pressure, I still feel, and I'm gonna say it, yeah, I still feel as if we could do it. I'm not gonna say we are going to do it. We still
yeah,
could do it. Because obviously we're still realistically, we're still, I would say we're 1 point ahead of City because you just have to assume that City are going to win whatever games they have.
yeah.
So we can still do it because I feel as if, first of all, we have Southampton next. I believe we can get 3 points.
Yeah.
City game, yeah, the City game is another story, but we'll get into that. In terms of the West Ham game and the Liverpool game, now I feel so the problem with that is we got a bit too complacent, and obviously there were moments in that game that were very important that I feel if change. Obviously, us drawing 2-2 because that'd be very silly, but you can't underestimate that moments in anything can sort of change how something progresses, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. So that Shaka moment that got the Liverpool fans going, and Liverpool, the fans were very quiet when we're winning 2-0. that moment happens, they now wake up, and then Liverpool start to believe that, oh, we can
yeah,
get at those guys. Then obviously a few minutes after that they score. Same thing at the West Ham game. Now that West Ham game, listen, what I have to say about Partey,
Party
I can't say
fam.
it. That guy,
Party
bro,
fam.
I'm telling you, that Partey was, in fact, yeah. If for me, yeah, I don't know, I don't know what everyone else saw, yeah, but from the first minute, that guy was losing. I even tweeted it. You can literally go on my Twitter, yeah. First
Oh,
minutes of the
brother, this
game, the
guy
guy was just being
stinks.
sloppy. Do you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like he was losing possession, and obviously because it's the first minute of the game and it didn't lead to them going to dangerous areas, people probably forgot about it. I didn't.
yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? I saw it. I was thinking, is this guy okay? And then obviously we started playing well. We got our goal. We got our two goals very early, and Arsenal. I'm pretty sure they got very complacent. They're like, okay, we're playing West Ham. West Ham are not really doing that well. But in the back of my mind, because I spoke to one of my colleagues about the game. He's an Arsenal fan as well, and he was very confident. And I was confident as well. Don't get me wrong. But I said
yeah,
West Ham to me are a team that shouldn't be where they are, but they are. You know, they
yeah,
still have good players on their team. So we still have to be very careful and treat this as a game that you need to really just get the job done,
yeah,
which I feel as if we didn't do. Partey does that that stupid touch that and people complain about handball. I think to me I already saw red because I was thinking, what the hell was that guy doing?
I don't care about the handball.
Nah, listen. I didn't care about handball. Like even up to now, I think I reviewed it. Like to me, it's just stupidity. Don't be stupid. You won't get stupid rewards. Do you know what I'm saying? It's that
Yeah,
simple. Like in the position that he was just dilly dallying on the ball, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't aware that Rice was on the way to him. Loses the ball, and then obviously the penalty happens, and then that's when that's when the whole collapse begins, and then
yeah.
bro, I'm telling you, like that game really irritated me because at least with the Liverpool game, you can say it's Liverpool, it's Anfield.
And all
Like
those. Yeah,
Liverpool are still who they are, and I think what people forget here is that actually it's more so Liverpool's away form that kind of ruined their season in a sense. It's still
yeah,
Anfield, and Liverpool are still a good side. So that one I could forgive. It hurt. Don't get me wrong, it hurt because we haven't won there for a very long time, and you
yeah,
want to go and win it. And that Liverpool game had the sense of win this game and we've got one hand on the title kind of thing. But I could forgive that. But the West Ham game, like the performances, Saka was terrible in that game. I'm not going to lie.
yeah.
Um, yeah, man, it was a mess as a whole.
Okay, I just lastly before we go, how big of a failure do you think this season would be if what's it going, Richard? How big of a failure do you think this would be if Arsenal don't go on and win the league, given the season you already had, and you're already out of every single competition?
How big of a failure would this be? Now, if I'm honest, and I've said it off air as well. To me, I would see it as a failure. Like, let's be real. Like, you're playing a sport to win trophies. You know, like
Yeah,
I'm sure that everyone enjoys winning a trophy. Obviously, we've won the FA Cup and whatnot. People may say the FA Cup is the Mickey Mouse Cup or whatever you want to say, but it's been a long time since we've won something as big as the Premier League. You
yeah,
know, so the fact that it's been that long and this is the first time that potentially we can get our hands on it. We've Listen. People will say again, we didn't expect to be here, but we are here. You have to raise the expectation. I always say, like,
hundred
just
percent.
because you didn't predict us to win the league, doesn't mean that now that you're in this position, you will now turn
Go on.
around and say, "Ah, I didn't expect this, so I don't care if we don't win." I will care. I will be upset because we haven't won
Yeah,
it in a very long time, and we've put ourselves there. Who knows when we will next have this opportunity again? So again, that's why I was upset. For example, in February, I didn't think the business was sufficient. It's another example because the way I was thinking about it is this is the first time in a long time that we've had the opportunity to go and win it, go and do something special to get you over the line. It's the same
yeah,
thing with the question you're asking me. Will I be upset? Will I be disappointed? It will be a failure, in my opinion. However,
yeah,
there are also positives to take from it as well. In effect, in a sense that we finished fifth last season, where now, let's say, for example, if we don't win, we end up second. that is progress. And hopefully, you will hope that these guys will spur on, kick on next season and be able to reproduce what they did this season. So there's
Yeah,
positives you can take from it, but as a whole, ultimately, it would be a failure. No trophies, second place. You might as well finish third and fourth. You know, you don't get a
sure.
trophy for that.
Nah, I get where you're coming from. As I said, I kind of echo. I think it will obviously. I think failure might be a stretch in terms of, as you mentioned, nobody expects you guys to be here, but I think it will
Mm.
be a very disappointing season to have the heights of actually potentially win the league to no, because I mean nobody remembers second place and all that kind of stuff. Like you can, I think off the top of the head, everybody was done can name every single Premier League champion from like 2000 to now. But then if you start thinking about who finished second, you probably still can do it, but it'll take you a bit of time to think it's all the champions that get remembered and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's all we have time for today. Probably be back after the big. Quickly, do you want to give a score prediction for that game?
Which one?
Arsenal City. Actually, no, because there's
Bruh,
games in
we
between.
have we have Arsenal Southampton
Yeah,
tomorrow. You're
yeah,
asking
yeah,
me
yeah,
about the
yeah.
season. Come on, bro. This guy.
My bad, my bad, my bad. Fair
Oh
enough, fair
wait.
enough. As you can see, YB300 is Dexter's, and I don't know how many underscores is that.
That is three
Yeah, three
underscores.
underscores. Yeah. So
Um,
that he's his underscore, and then the next one is his TikTok. Anybody that wants to get into fitness, gym, all that good stuff, follow him
yes,
there.
sir, man. Yes, sir.
And
Follow me, man. Follow
yeah,
me. I'll get you
his
right.
TikTok will
I'll
be
get
in the
you right.
description anyways. His TikTok is in the description anyways. So
Yes,
yeah, and
yes.
I said you can follow my personal Twitter and Insta, Rich underscore LDN, N. The I is a one, and the sports platform Outbound underscore UK. But thank you guys for watching.
Wait, hold on. Before we go, can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Are you gonna answer the question?
do I? Do you ever see reduction questions?
All right, mate. Richard, can I please get your predictions for Chelsea next season, please?
No, I can't. I don't know who's in charge. I don't know what players are in or
Okay,
out.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly,
Can you
exactly.
wait? Hold on.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us what your predictions at the beginning of the season was, mate?
Wait, this is an Arsenal video. And
Ah,
I
nah, mate.
said,
I'm asking
yeah,
you, mate.
well, my predictions, I predicted Arsenal finish first. So you guys
Mm,
do not let me down.
mm,
But
mm,
thank you
mm,
for
mm.
tuning in. There isn't going to be an outro because Junior doesn't want to do my intros and outro. So, but is what is at this point. But thank you for tuning in and until next time.
Sir.